can tell me that I'm not funny, you can tell me I'm annoying, but the minute that you come for who I am, what I've worked for, what I've accomplished, welcome to the Hunger Games. Hey, what's up, you guys? It's me, Devin, and I am coming at you today with a story time. I know that I don't usually post too many story times, but I realize sometimes the me that I present to Snapchat or in person isn't always coming across in my YouTube videos, and it's something that I really want to work on. I also want to be less pale on camera. I'm not this pale. It's something that I want to work on, kind of bringing out more of my personality that I give to people that I know onto my YouTube videos. I think one of the best ways to do that is through story time. So today I'm going to be telling you a story of the time that my 8th grade teacher singled me out in front of my entire class and told me that I was stupid, I would always be stupid, and I would not accomplish anything in the future. Alright, so let's rewind a few years. I'm in 8th grade, I am in middle school. Basically what happened is when we went from elementary school to middle school, all my friends went to the GT school, Gifted and Talented, it was called. It was for like the smart kids. And my parents were like, no, you don't need to go to the smart kid school, you're not better than anybody else, you're going to the standard school. Basically, so I'm in 8th grade, I'm at this middle school, I don't have too many friends, so to compensate for that, I was the class clown. When the first week of school comes around, we all have something called QST. So basically a study period for 50 minutes where you had time to do homework, kind of whatever. And my teacher, we'll call her Miss Petunia. Miss Petunia was, from the minute I stepped into the classroom, I knew she was gonna be a hard ass. We had to sit down, no talking, no music, no nothing, just sit there during the QST, do our homework. Meanwhile, in the other classes, kids are going wild, they're talking, they're like having parties on the other QST, whatever. I'm like, alright, I'll relax during QST, no worries. So the first day rolls around, everything's fine. Second day rolls around, and I had a geometry quiz I didn't know about. So obviously I didn't do very well. I was kind of upset because I usually do pretty well on my quizzes. But the way that I deal with frustrating situations that I am upset about, I make a joke out of them. Basically what I did is I went to my QST class with Miss Petunia, and I got all my friends at my table with me, and I'm like, guys, look, I got a C on this quiz. And they're like, oh, great. They're like, whatever, it's funny, like you can laugh. And I'm like, alright, yeah, you got a C on this quiz. Miss Petunia comes over, I almost said her name. Miss Petunia comes over there. She looks at me, she looks back at me, she's like, you got a C? I'm like, yeah, like I got a C, no worries, like it's all good. She's like, get out your planner. I'm like, I don't really use planners, Miss Petunia, like it's just not my thing. She's like, oh, you don't use planners? I'm like, no, like that's just not what I do. She's like, C students don't use planners, C students don't get into colleges, and C students aren't successful in the future, so if that's what you want to be, go for it. You can call me ugly. You can tell me that I'm not funny, you can tell me I'm annoying, but the minute that you come for who I am, what I've worked for, what I've accomplished, welcome to the Hunger Games. I was dumbfounded. I went home, I'm like, what am I gonna do? Like, I'm not using a planner, like I can't give it now. So I'm like, alright, I know what I'm gonna do. I go in the next day, I sit down, again, Miss Petunia comes up to me, she's like, where's your planner? I'm like, well, I don't use a planner. Like, nobody had stood up to her before, so she was like, I'm like, yeah, I don't use a planner. Last year I got straight A's, so I don't really need it. She's like, straight A's? Anyone can say that they got straight A's. Show me the report card. I was prepared. I reach into my backpack and I pull out my report card and I'm like, look at that. She's like, who did you take this from? First you call me a C student that won't get into college, and then when I present you information that proves you wrong, you tell me I'm a liar? So again, I'm dumbfounded. I don't know what to do. So I get up, I'm like, I'm leaving the classroom. All the other students are like gawking. They don't know what's going on, but I'm not having it. I don't respect anyone that's going to pull someone down like that and take away their achievements. So I am just not having it. So I leave the classroom and I'm like, I'm not stupid. I'm going over this head. I'm like, I'm done with this. So I march myself straight to the principal's office. I'm like, excuse me, I think that I'm being harassed by a teacher. I was a salty boy, oh my god. And the principal's like, well, we take that very seriously, Devin, like, what is the problem? I'm like, Miss is calling me stupid just because I won't write in my planner. He's like, she's calling you what? She told me that I was a C student that wouldn't get into college and wouldn't be successful at life because I won't write down my math homework in my planner. I don't know what happened next. All I know is that the next week, I got a written apology from Miss Petunia. I got sent back into the principal's office. The principal told me if this were ever to happen again, Miss Petunia has been warned and to please come talk to me about it because that is not acceptable behavior. And then I got transferred out of her QST into a much more fun one. We partied all year long and we had a great time. Or they did. I watched from behind because again, we learned in the beginning of the video, I had no friends in middle school. Alright. Well, that is my story time video for today. I hope you all enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun filming it. All kinds of stuff like that has happened in my lifetime, so I'd love to talk about it with you guys. The next video will be more UCLA vlog type oriented, because I know you guys like those too. I find story times really fun and funny, and I think that I love that story. I love that story. Put a like down below and subscribe. Make sure you're following me on Snapchat to get all my fun live story time updates as they happen, I guess. On there, it's a lot of fun, and then Instagram and Twitter as well. So yeah, I love you guys so much. Oh, don't let anyone ruin your fun today. Bye guys.